Welcome to QZenith video tutorials. Hi guys, hope you're doing great, and in this video we're going to discuss about archiving files, and we're going to see this in our Parrot virtual machine. So let's get started. Now when we talk about archiving files in Linux, that means combining multiple files and directories into a single file. Let's say you have got a file named as file1.txt, and then you have got another file as, let's say, file2.txt, and then let's say you've got a folder or let's say directory, and within that folder maybe you can have file3.txt and then file4.txt. So let's say that if I wanted to keep these files in a stacked manner, as I say, keeping all of these within a single file. I'm not talking about creating a single directory and putting all of these files within a single directory. No, I'm talking about stacking these files. Let's say this is file 1, and then stacking another file. Let's say this is file2.txt, and then stacking the directory. That's again that folder that has file 3 and file 4. Now stacking multiple files and directory within a single file. Okay, now when you create a single file, okay, stacking with different multiple files and directories, so it's going to be again saved in a single file, and that file has an extension named as .tar. So maybe you can name this file as myfile.tar. So when you have any kind of extension, that means it's a file, right? So what we are doing, we are stacking or keeping multiple files and directories within a single file so that it would be easier for us to back it up in our storage. So the tool that we are going to use to archive these files is tar. It is again known as tape archive. That means storing multiple files and directories within a single file, and it would be helpful for us to keep that a single file maybe in a single storage space, or maybe you can save it online in your cloud or wherever you want it. So it would be easier for you to find out, okay, today's date, maybe you can name your file on today's date. So that means on 16th of Feb 2026, we actually took the backup of these files, or let's say these two files and one directory consisting of two files, and those directories and files are saved within a single file, which is again archived with the help of tar tool. And we can keep that file maybe in another server, maybe online, cloud storage space, or anywhere that you want it to. So this is archiving. So let me demonstrate this for you in our Parrot operating system. I have switched back to my Parrot operating system. Just click on Make Terminal, and then I'm going to enlarge the font size. So hold Control Shift and then plus to enlarge the font size. Now if I'm going to type pwd, I'm in my user's home directory, and then if I do ls -l to list out what directories or files are currently in my current directory. So I have only got desktop directory and then templates directory. Okay, seems to be fine. Now let me create a couple of files and a directory so that we can keep all those files in a single tar file, okay? Or we can archive those files and keep it in a single archived file. So to do that, let me create a file. So I would say touch file1.txt, file2.txt, creating two files at a time, ls -l. Now you can see that touch only creates 0 bytes file size file. Okay, seems to be fine. Now I'm going to include content within that specific file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run tree command, and then you know that it's going to show the directories or files in a tree structure. So I'm going to say tree and then show me all of the folders and directories that again exist within this root directory, and then I'm going to take that output and redirect it to a file. So that means what I'm saying is all of the output of that specific command is going to be redirected and saved it in this file 1.txt. So I'm going to hit enter. It may take some time because I'm actually running the tree structure command on root directory. So all of those files and directories in root are going to be redirected to the file, or is going to be saved on file 1. So it's been redirected. Let's check ls space minus l and then hit enter. Now you can see the size of the file. Okay, so what are the contents within that specific file? So if I wanted to read that file, I can use the command cat and then file1.txt and then hit enter. Now these are the informations that are saved in file 1. All right, so it includes this number of directories and this number of files within that tree structure, okay, or within the root directory. Again, verify it, ls space minus l. Now I have got another file which is again empty, so I can copy the content of file 1 to file 2, and you can do that by running the command cat file1.txt and then use single greater than sign and copy all the contents of file 1 to file 2.txt, and then I'm going to hit enter. And then if I say ls space minus l and then hit enter, now you can see that both of the files are having the same size content, but these are shown in bytes. So if I wanted to make sure that I wanted to explore it in human readable format, you can use ls space minus l h and then hit enter. So when you do h, that means it's going to show us in megabytes. So 55 megabytes of file size. Okay. And if you wanted to create a directory, you can create, else we can use this template directory. So now we have got files, we've got directories. Now let us create, or let us archive these files and folders in a single file. And this is going to be done by using tar tool. So tar minus cvf. Now C stands for create, V stands for verbose. That means when it's going to be executed, it's going to show you the progress from 0% to 100%. Okay. And then the F stands for the file name. So after F, it should be followed by the name of the file that you are going to be creating. So I would say myarchive.tar. Okay. So always make sure that this F should be at the last, because after F, you have to mention the name of the file. If F is written in between C and V and you're typing the name of the file over here, maybe you're going to get error. So you try it by yourself and see what I'm actually saying is true. Okay. So again, C for create, V for verbose. That means the progress when it's going to be creating the tar file or archiving it, it's going to show the progress, and F again followed by the name of the file. Now we need to include what files should be there within this tar file. So it's going to be file 1.txt, file 2.txt, and it should also include templates directory. Simple as that. So these files and this directory should be within that myarchive.tar folder, myarchive.tar file. So I'm going to hit enter, and now you can see that it shows the progress as well, and it archived successfully. So to verify, ls space minus l and then hit enter. Now you can see that myarchive.tar is created successfully, and that's the size of the file. So if I say ls space minus lh and then hit enter, you can see that the size of the file is 110 megabytes. That's the size of the file. Now, if you want to view the contents within that specific tar file or archived file, you can run the command tar space dash t again to see the information within that specific file. T, V is the verbose, F is again going to be the file. The name of the file is going to be archive, myarchive.tar, and then hit enter, and now you can see the content of that myarchive.tar file. Okay, so this is again to view the content within the archive file. And now let me show you how we can extract from that tar archived file. So assume that you have lost your files and directories. So if I say rm space minus rf file1.txt, file2.txt, and then template directory, and then hit enter. Okay, okay? And then I'm going to clear the screen, ls space minus lh, and then hit enter. Now you can see that I don't have file1.txt, file2.txt, and then templates directory. So assume that all of those were deleted somehow, and then you wanted to restore that files. So we already have got our tar file, which is again archived. So let us extract that. So to extract that, I can run the command tar, and in place of C, now we're going to use X to extract, V for verbose, F, that is going to be the name of the file, which is again my archive.tar, and then I'm going to hit enter, and it's been extracted successfully. So if you wanted to verify, ls space minus lh, and then hit enter, and now you can see that you have restored your file1.txt, file2.txt, and then templates. So this is how you archive your file. You can keep multiple files and directories within a single file, which is again known as archiving. Also, make sure that when you archive, it's not going to compress the size. That means it's not going to decrease the size of the file. Okay, it's going to be the same as it was before. So make sure you are only making or creating an archive file, keeping multiple files and directories in a single place. That is known as archiving. So this is it in this video. Hope it was informative for you. I will see you on my next video. Thank you for watching.